Art block got you down. Got you feeling like you want to quit art forever, never pick up a pencil again, and go run off and join the circus or something. I don't know what that equivalent is today. If they even have circuses anymore, if that's even an option. Yeah, me too. Sometimes you have the desire to create, the tools to create, but something's missing. Oh yeah, an idea. That's kind of important, don't you think? I don't think you can make anything without an idea. Yeah, let's come up with an idea. I have a little something that might just help you out. Well, I don't know if it'll help you out. We're not serving 90-day warranties out here or anything. Seriously, you didn't even pay for that. Why did you expect to get a 90-day warranty? Gosh, people these days are so entitled. And it's not the typical go outside or make a Pinterest board. Just kidding, no hate to those. I generally find both of those activities so helpful when I have art block. Anyway, back to the purpose of the video. We're going to make blobs. Yippee, the moment you've been waiting your entire life for. Seriously, if you've been waiting your entire life to do this, that's kind of sad. I'm sorry. I hope that you have a better life in the future. But now I'm going to answer the most asked question that I'm sure everyone is thinking. But how are we supposed to make the blobs? Well, I am using acrylic ink here, but you can use whatever your little heart desires. It doesn't have to be paint. You could make some random shapes with some spaghetti sauce. Dang it, just make some shapes on the page. Gosh, do I have to walk you through everything? Oh, yeah, sorry. That's the point of the video, right? Sorry. Anyway, the point here I'm trying to make is to not be too precise. It does not matter. It's not that serious. Just make a few different blobby shapes on a page, but try not to create the blobs with any art in mind. Just make some random abstract blobs, okay? The point here is you don't want to make, like, for example, a cat-shaped blob and then not be able to see anything else but a cat. And oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever said the word blob so many times in one day. And thankfully, that's the case because the word blob kind of sounds silly. And at this point, I am now focused on how weird the word blob really sounds. And it's starting to not even sound like a word anymore. So now you have all your blobs in all of their glory. Amazing, so majestic, award-winning blobs ready to live to their fullest potential. Now what? We're done. That's the video. Art block cured. You're welcome. Subscribe to my channel. Just kidding. Now, personally, what I like to do, and I think it's a good skill to develop if you can, is picking a medium to draw on top of these blobs that is not erasable, like maybe a pen or a felt tip marker, the tears of your enemies, a fine liner, etc. It helps me to personally not overthink it and create some cool ideas that may have been cut had I the ability to erase it. But yeah, sure, I know that's a little bit intimidating, so if you have a fear of commitment and you just don't want to risk messing up your precious little baby blobs, you can go right ahead and use an erasable medium such as a pencil. I'm not going to judge you. You just go on and do whatever you want.
Committed atrocities beyond your human comprehension.
Well, maybe not that. That sounds illegal. But I'm not a lawyer, so maybe I'm not the best one to give that advice. Okay, next you want to observe the blobs for a second until the shapes begin to look like something to you. It could be a dog, a person, a bag of trash, whatever you see, you turn that shape into your vision. Now, personally, I could not wait until all of these shapes were dry because this bottom one down here in the bottom left corner, I immediately saw a mermaid that I had to draw. I mean, just the shape, the swoop of that shape is really reminding me of a mermaid. So I had to do that, even though the shapes weren't dry. Like I said, I smeared a little bit, but that's fine. It's like I've said before, it's not a finished art piece. This isn't just for helping you come up with some ideas. But also at the same time, there are absolutely no rules here. So if you did want to try to make one of these a finished art piece, that's fine. You do whatever you want. I'm not the boss of you. Isn't that the theme song from Malcolm in the Middle? It says you are not the boss of me. Now, actually, never mind. I changed my mind. I made a mistake. Speaking of that show, Malcolm in the Middle, they are doing a little reboot of that with like 4 episodes, I think. And I'm so excited because I love that show. That show is like my childhood. Not only the fact that I watched it during my childhood, but also that was kind of my childhood experience. But anyway, that has nothing to do with this art. Why am I even talking about that? I don't know. I have ADHD, so it just kind of, whatever comes out of my mouth is just like whatever. It is what it is. And if you're looking for a creator that stays on topic 100% of the time, I am sorry, but you are definitely in the wrong place. That's just not going to happen here. Ever in the history of the earth, it will never happen. In the history. That's not history, that's future. You know what I mean, though, right? Okay. I'm not going to stay on topic, ever. So, this little basketball guy, I couldn't not draw a basketball guy because that one little area of that blob looked like a circle and it reminded me of someone holding a basketball. So that seemed like the perfect opportunity, and I'm not super happy with the way this basketball guy turned out, but that's all right. He's okay. It's just a blob. It does not matter. And then in the top right corner, I did this little pie, which I thought was really cute. I liked the way that one came out. And this one was my personal favorite. The little goblin. I love this little character. He looked so funny and silly and just a goofy little guy. I love him. And for this one, I immediately saw like a derpy looking bird, but that bird has some thick legs. But don't worry about it being anatomically correct or realistic. We're here to focus on the idea generation only. I never look at these blobs as being the end art piece, but instead an avenue to explore ideas when my brain has absolutely nothing inside of it except a single housefly buzzing around in there. Don't see anything right away? That's fine. If you don't see anything after looking at it for a few moments, flip that page around, upside down, and try it again. Keep it lighthearted, and try not to get too involved in the process if you don't want to. Using this method, I have been able to push myself outside of my comfort zone and create illustrations or characters that I probably wouldn't have thought of on a normal random Tuesday. After I've had a chance to work with my blobs, I started to get excited about the possibility of creating an actual illustration with this little derpy looking goblin I drew in the corner. I would also like to try to make an illustration out of the mermaid that I drew because I think that mermaid's proportions looks really cool, and I think that would make a really cool piece too, but as of right now, I have not. Because I put all of my eggs into this goblin's basket and I said, please, kind goblin, protect me. And the goblin actually agreed because he said eggs are really expensive now, like $8 a dozen, so I think it's a fair trade. And as you can tell, I am currently doing a voiceover for this video, so the goblin was successful in protecting me. I'm not even going to tell you guys what trials and tribulations I had to go through to get here, but this goblin protected me the whole way. So thank you, goblin. You are a fierce and talented bodyguard. Thank you. But I'm going to tell you right now that you cannot trust every single goblin that you come across. So definitely check your references. I can vouch for this little goblin guy. He's good. He's a good trustworthy guy. Okay, I'm just talking nonsense now. I'm going to leave you with a little tiny bit of music so I can finish out this painting, and then I'll be right back. So enjoy this little quirky music that I picked out. You don't have to follow the blob idea exactly, for example. I gave this goblin a sword because why the heck not? I can't think of any reason not to give this goblin a sword. He seems responsible enough, am I right? I mean, just look at his face. I love this method because it is quick, easy, not too serious, and it has given me some really cool ideas. Go try this method for yourself, or don't. I'm not your boss. Or am I? No, I'm not your boss. That's too much responsibility for me. Okay, anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you around. Hopefully see you in the next video. Bye-bye.